awesome power. But ever wonder who would win when nature's heavyweights go head-to-head? These battles do happen in the wild, but we rarely witness them. So, to see who's the ultimate champion, to understand their true power, and appreciate their skills, we stage our own battles in a virtual arena. As our animals take shape, experts compare their strengths and weaknesses. With specially built biomechanical machines, we test their might. Finally, our virtual contenders come face to face for the ultimate showdown, Animal Face-Off. The Florida Everglades, the setting for an all-American face-off. Cruising the waters, the alligator. Pound for pound, gators are the hardest biters on the planet. Patrolling the shore, the black bear. Smarter than the average reptile, he combines brute strength with animal savvy. One of them is about to get swamped as the alligator and black bear go head-to-head in Animal Face-Off. The brains of the outfit, an international team of designers, engineers, and wildlife experts. They meet in the Animal Face-Off testing facility to plot strategy for this showdown.
Okay, Dave, Adam, who's going to win this between black bear and alligator? It's going to be a tight one.
No contest. We got a black bear with huge bite, huge claws. It's just, these things are built for power.
Dave Salmoni is our black bear expert. He studied nuisance bears in Canada, where their delinquent behavior is a big problem.
This thing's twice the length, it's twice the weight, it's a lot faster, and it's got a lot more teeth.
Dr. Adam Britton is an expert on the crocodile family. He works with saltwater crocs in Australia's Northern Territory, and he's measured their bites.
No contest. The alligator's definitely going to win.
Adam and Dave will help the Animal Face-Off team discover what could happen when alligator and black bear go head-to-head in a battle for supremacy. It's too dangerous to test the fighting prowess of real animals in the wild. So the team will build biomechanical replicas of the two rivals and test their abilities in the safety of the lab. Biological information and test data will be uploaded to a team of 3D animators. They'll build two virtual contenders for a fight to the finish. Contender number 1, the American alligator. Straight out of the egg, they know how to kill. Yet for their first 2 years, their mother has to protect these tiny terrors from predatory males. Only 3 or 4 out of every 100 survive. But the lucky few grow up to become the biggest and baddest beasts in the swamp. Males can reach nearly 15 feet and 1,100 pounds. But there are records of gators up to 20 feet long. That ranks them alongside the biggest crocodiles. The bad news for this reptile is that its brain is only the size of a walnut. Alligators are built like trash compactors. No creature of its size can match its crushing bite force. And those powerful jaws are studded with 80 teeth. That makes stealing alligator eggs a risky business, but there are plenty of takers. The most determined thieves are raccoons, but it's not advisable to get caught red-handed.
inside there, then that's going to obviously inhibit whatever we grab hold of.
Yeah, I think that's right, Just. If we stick them in the middle, we're going to muck up our bite, so we're probably going to have to stick.
Meet our design and engineering team. Mike Latham, Chris Wheatley, and Justin Buckingham.
The spins.
We're going to on the back of the
I don't want to make them out of anything that's too heavy. If they're big and tough, let's make them out of aluminum.
Yep, that would work. Crocodilian physiology is really geared towards exerting a lot of power over a short period of time.
First, the team needs to know what weapons the alligator brings to its face-off.
But the other thing is the death roll. Compare the size difference and compare the number of teeth. We've got 80 teeth in the jaws of this alligator, and it's got this massive bite force.
What would the bite force be from an alligator this size?
On the biggest alligators, which are about 14.5 feet, is well in excess of 3,000 pounds. 3,000 pounds of force. This animal is designed for killing, and that's exactly what it's going to be doing with this bear.
You can measure all that?
Yep, we're going to come up, grab, twist.
Yep.
Got it.
Enter our data acquisition expert, Scott Woodward. He'll analyze the forces unleashed in the lab.
Okay, I'm ready.
Come on. 70s.
We'll build you guys these rigs. We'll probably come back and talk to you through the process so we can find out exactly what your requirements are. We'll just get on and build it, eh?
Build a biomechanical alligator with working jaws in a week. That's the challenge for the construction team. Chris works out how those jaws will open and close. Using a cast from a real alligator skull for reference, the modelers carve an exact copy in polystyrene.
No, I'm not putting any on.
Yeah,
so I'm just
exactly.
straight there. Okay.
Next stop, the foundry. Polystyrene is fragile, but something much stronger soon takes its place. Molten aluminum vaporizes the polystyrene and fills the space it occupies in the sand. When it's cooled, a solid aluminum copy of the polystyrene model emerges. Justin polishes the rough edges. Then Mike gives the head a body. A stripped-down excavator, reinvented as a remotely operated vehicle called RV2. Mike hooks up the hydraulic lines, the arteries that will bring the beast to life. The heart of the monster is a diesel engine that pumps hydraulic oil at 5,000 pounds per square inch. The oil is forced into hydraulic pistons that will power those mighty jaws. The designers and engineers complete their mission on schedule. Time to meet the alligator.
They did a good job on this one.
Well, you must be getting very worried now.
Well, I definitely have to admit it gets style points.
Oh, look at these teeth. They're excellent. The function of these teeth is that the alligator is going to use all of its bite force to clamp down on the bear. And these teeth are going to puncture the skin and even go into the bone. Then what it's going to use is these powerful muscles on the back of its neck and the weight of its body, and it's going to rip large chunks of the bear off. And once it's got the bear's head, for example, in its mouth, then it can maneuver it to the back of the jaw. And then it's going to use these teeth here, these small teeth here.
Yeah.
It's going to open up the flesh so that when the animal swallows it, all the very powerful stomach acids are going to get straight in there and start digesting it very efficiently.
You should write fairy tales, because that's a pretty good story. I tell you what, you haven't impressed me, although for style points, yeah, it's a pretty skull.
Okay, I'm going to impress you now.
All right.
Let's go and have a look.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Hey, how are you doing?
One alligator for you.
Now, we've got to educate Dave about the alligator's primary weapon, and its bite force. One of the extinct forms of alligators, Deinosuchus they were called, they got to about 35 feet long. That would have had the greatest bite of any vertebrate. And your bear is going to come up against its descendant.
History, but we're talking about the here and the now. And
Okay.
what I see is happening is a bear coming in, just chowing off a piece of his head, and the game will be over. All right, show me what your little alligator can do.
Oh, with pleasure.
The animatronic alligator has to bite like the real thing. Scott calibrates the jaws using a heavy-duty load cell.
Okay, 54, 55, 60, 260, 400. Oh, we're at 1,000, 1,500, 1,800. Keep going, Just? Going, yep. 2,500. Little more, Mikey. 3,011, we got it.
Oh, that's a strong piece of wood.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, it's pretty strong.
You're a master of understatement, Dave.
The power has been set to a whopping 3,000 pounds.
Just going to put him in the jaw like this.
The team will test the rig with something easy.
Oh, yeah.
So you see, this is what would happen to your bear's head. So why you don't stick your head inside the jaws of an alligator.
Okay, have you got that?
Can someone write that down for me?
Well, that was soft. How about we use something harder, like a coconut?
The good thing about coconuts is they're like bone. Hard on the outside, soft on the inside. So,
Okay.
uh-oh, 3, 2, 1, bite.
The alligator jaws are holding up under 1.5 tons of bite pressure. Time for some serious science.
So you happy with that test, mate? Was that good?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that test, but let's have something a bit closer to his normal prey.
I'll give you half a cow.
Using a giant T-bone, the test demonstrates how the alligator uses its teeth and jaws to grab and hold its prey.
Just grab onto that, Dave. Just try and yank that out.
Come on, Dave.
It's not coming out.
Once an alligator bites, it would take the combined strength of 4 champion weightlifters to force those jaws open.
That means strong.
The alligator's a lot stronger than that. If it starts to spin, it's just going to get ripped off.
I got bad news for your little theory here, because if this is attached to a bear, all you're going to see is this. Dead alligator.
No, this is solid bone. How's the bear going to damage that?
Okay, let's open it up and have a look at these things. Come on,
Let's see what damage it's done to your bear.
Oh, look at this.
Look at that. Very nice little set of perforations around there, you see.
Ooh, yeah.
It's going to tear along the dotted line. Cut here, it says. As soon as he flicks his head or starts rolling, that's where it's going to tear.
The huge muscles in the alligator's short, wide jaws can crack turtle shells. And like this crash helmet, turtles are designed to withstand enormous force.
Come on, impress me here.
Open up. Okay.
Watch your fingers.
Good.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Got it.
Okay, here we go. 2, 1, bite.
A bit of a ping off.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have liked your head to have been in that now, would you?
Ooh, well, I think the turtle's had its day.
A turtle has basically evolved as a defensive mechanism. These guys can make very short work of them. As demonstrated.
2 contenders are bracing for the ultimate face-off. We've met the alligator. Now for its opponent. In our virtual showdown, the alligator will meet the American black bear. He weighs 600 pounds and stands 6 feet tall. That big head is packed with muscle, but he's no knucklehead. He has a large brain, a good memory, and can solve tricky problems. Unfortunately, he never learned to read. powerful jaws and 2.5-inch canines mean he can eat everything on the menu. Insects, berries, and fresh meat when he can catch it. Black bears are superb triathletes, good climbers, fast runners, up to 30 miles an hour, and confident swimmers. In the Pacific Northwest, they gorge on salmon. While their cousins in the Everglades prefer turtles and alligator eggs, sunny side up. The design team asks the experts what weapons the black bear will bring to the final face-off.
The thing you guys are going to have to really enjoy is the fact that this might be a small bear, but it's the most dangerous one. It kills the most people and injures the most people. These things are weapons. They're for biting into flesh, holding on to flesh, and that's when they use their huge muscles for dragging things around, breaking necks. They do it all. The width of this skull. I mean, check the width there. You see that? These things' heads are huge.
And this is where the muscle actually gets attached.
Absolutely. The head is just a big muscle, and that's the work this job.
We can get some rams through here, pick them up on a fulcrum point here like a normal hinged jaw.
There's no way we can do that with ear rams to get that sort of bite. We're going to have to use hydraulics, for sure.
Plate on his skull through here. Float back in to the RV.
With the clock ticking, the design team heads back to the drawing board. Their mission, build a biomechanical black bear. The team brings modern materials to an ancient technique called the lost mold system. They model the skull in soft polystyrene, then cast it in aluminum. The rough cast skull from the foundry polishes up into a lethal set of jaws. Mike transplants the head onto another remotely operated platform, RV3.
We're going to need a washer for this one, though, because otherwise it's going to be a little bit on the long side.
And the bear is ready to roar.
What do you think of my alligator eater?
Oh, is this all you've got, Dave?
All I've got. Have you seen the width of this skull? You know what that's for? It's big muscles. These things can seriously bite. What do you think of these teeth?
Yeah, they're not too bad, but they're going to have trouble getting through the alligator's skin.
Oh, there won't be any trouble with big spikes like this and huge muscles. They're just going to be biting down and ripping out.
You're saying that these teeth here and these teeth here are going to be sufficient?
Absolutely, and the power involved. I'm going to show you exactly what's going to be.
I want to see this.
Yeah, come on, let me show you.
Let's have a look.
Now to find out what bite force the black bear will bring to the face-off when he goes head-to-head with the alligator.
All right, guys, are we ready to go here? Now, this is our weapon. You gotta understand that this black bear is gonna use all of these teeth and all of this power to bite into your alligator.
It's going to need it.
Now, these things have huge bite strength, and the reason is because they have such a wide head. They also have this great sagittal crest up here for attaching to big muscles. These things can bite. Scott, did you figure out how big these things can bite?
Yep, well, I did a similar calculation as we did with the other North American carnivores.
Yep.
Scott uses a scientific formula that relates skull width to muscle power. The wider the jaw, the bigger the bite. He's calculated the black bear bite at 1,500 pounds, only half the alligator's jaw power.
Can we calibrate this bite and start testing it?
54, 55, 60, 260.
Oh yeah, I can hear
All
it.
right, 500, 700, 1,000 pounds. Okay, we're over 1,200, 1,300, 1,500.
The jaws are calibrated. Time to find out what a 1,500-pound bite can do to an alligator.
Okay, Justin, give me that ball.
A football simulates its vulnerable spot, the soft underbelly.
Okay, ready? You ready, Scott?
Okay, I'm ready.
On 3, 2, 1, bite it! Oh, yes.
That is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
That was football. Okay.
If it exposes that soft belly, looks like the alligator could become alligator hide.
You ready to do a coconut? Bring it up.
This is as hard as bone.
All right, everybody's clear. Okay.
And 3, 2, 1, bite it! Oh, you like that for an alligator skull?
That's not bad for a mammal.
Okay, guys, now that we've got it calibrated, I really want to see what this thing can do to an alligator's flesh. So, piece of meat or something.
Black bears aren't overgrown vegetarians. They scavenge for meat and will chase prey if there's the chance of a kill. For the next test, the team will use a piece of pork.
We've got some meat we can give you here. Okay.
Bring it in.
All right.
Okay, Justin, what have you brought me here? I got a really good story about a bear biting a pig. I had a farmer take one of my nuisance bears. He busted through the farm door, busted the door down, picked up a 200-pound pig, and busted through the wall the other side.
No way.
Yeah, one of my bears I was tracking.
You guys ready?
Yeah. You ready? You ready for this, Scott?
Okay, hit it.
Let's bite it. Ready? 3, 2, 1, bite it. Wow. Okay. Let me down. Let me see it.
Let's have a look.
Okay. Oh, now you see. Look at those canine teeth. Those canine teeth put huge holes, and that's exactly what they're for. They dig in, they hold. With the power he's got in his neck and his upper body, he's just now going to tear that chunk out, or pick the pig up by its leg and take it somewhere nice, kill it, and eat it.
Conclusion. With 1,500 pounds of bite, a black bear can sink his canines through skin, muscle, and bone.
Bite it. Oh, nice one, Mike.
But with twice the bite force of the bear, the alligator may get the last word. Data from the bite test is relayed to our computer lab, where our cyber creatures are being prepped for their digital face-off. Both contenders have lethal bites, so defense could decide this showdown. The alligator's back is covered with flexible body armor, overlapping plates of bone 1.5 inches across. This chainmail protects it from other males and bears. But the plates on its belly are much smaller. There, the skin is only 1/10 of an inch thick, a potential weak spot. The black bear wears a heavy fur coat, 3 inches thick, and an undershirt of dense fat. Fur and fat may offer good protection against the cold, but not much defense against an alligator.
Alligators have got armor plating under their skin. They've got bone under their skin. We're not talking a lightweight mammal here with a little bit of fur. We're talking about a hardened, armor-plated reptile.
I can assure you that those armor plates aren't anywhere as near as hard as the Canadian shield, where I've seen them digging out roots and vegetables, anything else it has to eat, and it does it without any problem.
So the Canadian shield is what? Rock? You really think the alligator's going to sit there whilst your bear starts digging a hole in its back? I'm going to enjoy watching this fight.
But there's more to the alligator than big jaws and armor plating. Next, its secret weapon. After the first tests in the lab, the alligator is ahead on points. It has twice the bite force of the bear, and its armor plating easily trumps the black bear's fur coat. In the coming showdown, our virtual alligator will hold yet another ace, the death roll. alligator jaws are shorter and more U-shaped than a crocodile's. Gators specialize in crushing their prey, so they need more raw power than a croc. Their lower teeth slide into sockets in the upper jaw. The crocs interlock outside the jaw. An alligator submerges without a ripple. It gets within a body length of its target, then uses its tail and back legs to hurl itself out of the water and grab its prey. Like their cousins, the crocodiles, alligators are lightning fast. This strike took just 1/4 of a second. Once prey is locked in their jaws, they perform a death roll, the deadly technique that alligators and crocodiles learn young. They can't chew, so they spin to tear off bite-sized chunks using speed and body weight. We'll test that deadly roll next.
It's got eyes here placed on the top of the head, it's got nostrils placed on the top of the head, and the reason for that is because it's a stealth predator.
The design and engineering team consults expert Dr. Adam Britton about the maneuver they'll have to execute in the next test, the death roll.
It's going to use its massive tail, which is basically half of the body length, to drive this animal out of the water at extreme speed, and then the jaws are going to clamp down on the bear, on its head, on its arm, on its leg, whatever's available, and then it's got its coup de grace, which is the death roll. Basically, it spins its entire body around several times a second, and anything it's holding onto is just going to come off.
So, Chris, we're going to have to get you to think about how we're going to mount the rams, because we don't want to get them muddled up with whatever motor we're going to use.
We're probably going to have to disconnect them while we do the rotation, aren't we?
If we stick them in the middle, we're going to muck up our bite. We'll just have 2 out the back, but
yeah, that gives us the bite. How are you going to deal with the spin?
Because obviously the real animal's going to spin its entire body, but you can't do that with it. Once these animals get hold and start spinning, it's literally all over.
As Chris works on the blueprint for the death roll mechanism, Mike the mechanic sorts out the nuts and bolts.
what I've done, Adam, is I've got a track motor out of a 20-ton excavator.
He'll use a hydraulic motor to create the spin for the death roll. Normally, this motor drives an industrial digger, so power's no problem.
So the oil's going to come in this line, it's going to give you a roll up here, and this here's going to go round like that.
The team fits the motor to RV2, and Justin gives it a whirl. Looks like it just might work. Time to try out the metal gator in its natural habitat, the test lab pool.
Here he comes. Here's the bear nemesis stage.
Where do these things live? I mean, how are they going to come in contact with my bear?
In places like Florida and Louisiana, where there's good habitat for them, you can find them in their millions.
So these guys are ambush predators, so obviously murky water is exactly what kind of
It's exactly what they're designed to do, and really your bear's just not going to see it coming. Most animals just can't seem to make that connection between alligator and predator with what they're actually seeing. Unless they're actually seeing
my bear will figure it out, trust me.
I'm not sure about that, to be honest.
Okay, let's get him into the water and figure out what's going to happen here.
Scott gets ready to measure the speed of the death roll, but will the rig spin as fast as a real alligator? For instant results, just add water.
Okay, Dave. What we're going to do now is we're going to see how this alligator could attack your bear. This deer here, she's come down to the water, just about to take a drink, and the vibrations as she's splashing in the water will be picked up. The alligator's very sensitive to that. So he's sitting under there now like a coiled spring.
Yeah.
Now he's got these very, very powerful back legs. And they're sitting there on the substrate, back legs down, tail ready. When he detects that the deer is close enough, he's going to use the legs, he's going to spring forward and grab this deer on the head. So it's going to spin its body around in a corkscrew fashion, and the head's going to come off.
Oh, man. So that's what you're talking about.
Look at that. And literally, that's not an exaggeration. But when you consider the amount of body weight you've got there, the amount of torque it's going to generate by rolling its body like a corkscrew, it's no wonder the head comes off. You must be getting pretty worried by now.
I'm not so sure I'm worried, but I'm impressed. I'm a little worried that my bear doesn't get his head caught in those jaws, I think.
Well, I reckon it's going to get its head caught in the jaws, but I'll give you a chance. Come on, let's have a look.
Let me show you what this bear can do. They are made for power.
Just how fast was the alligator spinning, and how much force did it unleash?
This is what's really nice about this, because no one has ever measured this kind of stuff before. I mean, everyone's interested in bite force, but the thing that's really interesting is just, you know, how much force it's generating when it's twisting. How many revolutions per second was that alligator going around at?
Well, each frame's a 25th,
yeah, 25th of a second.
25th of a second. Look at it now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 25ths of a second.
So in basically in less than half a second, this alligator's gone around 360 degrees. The thing is, that looked really, really fast when we were there, but it's actually realistic.
The weapon it does have is serious.
I mean, that's why these animals have basically retained the similar body form for so many millions of years. You know, you try and build something as good as an alligator, you'd come up with an alligator.
If it wasn't going up against a bear, I'd be quite impressed. That's pretty macho, but still not for a bear.
Comparing wildlife footage with his own, Scott confirms our biomechanical beast spins almost as fast as the real thing, 2.5 revolutions per second. He uses this data to calculate how much force our 3D animators should program into the virtual alligator during the final showdown. Factor in its weight of 1,100 pounds and the size of its head, and the team calculates the Cyber Gator would unleash 2,800 pounds of centrifugal force during a death roll. In the computer lab, the animators teach our virtual alligator this deadly maneuver. Now we've put our contenders through their paces. Let's size them up. The alligator rations its energy. It hunts by stealth and launches a sudden, devastating attack. It can reach 30 miles an hour on land, but only in short bursts. Scientific experiments have shown that gators lack stamina. If a fight lasts more than a few seconds, the alligator runs out of gas. The black bear is built for power, not speed, but it too can hit 30 miles an hour. What's more, the bear has staying power. It can bound along for miles without stopping for a rest, and wander up to 60 miles in search of food. So stamina could decide the coming face-off. The alligator will try for a quick kill. A prolonged fight will favor the bear.
One bite, and that's all the alligator needs to hold on to the bear, and then a death roll. You know why they call it a death roll? Because it kills things.
They got thick skin, thick fur. They'll take a hunk out, okay, maybe. But then you've got to worry about this pissed off black bear.
The bear will face an armor-plated, high-speed killer with double his bite force. So what other weapons does the bear have that might swing the contest his way? Black bears have powerful forearms that end in paws the size of saucers. They easily shift 300-pound boulders. They're also clever. Delinquent bears are smart enough to raid fish traps, ransack houses, and wreck cars in the search for a free lunch. Could this combination of brain and brawn give our bear the edge in our virtual face-off?
These things are built for digging. These things have sacrificed speed completely and just have power and strength.
The team consults zoologist Dave Salmoni before constructing the next black bear test.
Big swatting claw. That thing's got to come down with power. That power is exactly what they're going to use in a fight. They're going to come down on this thing, and I reckon if it hits it in the spine's broken.
How fast do you think that claw swipe is?
I'm not so worried as much of the speed as I am the power. It's going to have a tremendous amount of power.
Yeah, but how much? Would it get through a car door?
Oh, yeah, easy. I actually did work on a nuisance bear project, and these things were nuisances because they were coming in and they were wrecking stuff.
On the top end, you want.
Absolutely. The thing that you guys got to remember is that these things kill the most people of any of the bears. It may be a small bear, but it's a pretty dangerous one.
Building a biomechanical arm is a major challenge for the engineers. Requiring several joints working together, it's much more difficult than a set of jaws. This time, it needs to be cast in something tougher than aluminum. Justin chooses stainless steel.
Okay, Mike, we ready for this big bear paw strike?
Yeah, not quite, Dave. I've just got the last claw. Actually, is that all right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
A camper's loss is the lab team's gain. A way to test the power of a black bear's paw. By replicating the damage in the lab, they can determine exactly how much force the bear brings to the virtual face-off.
All right. Give me a little pressure.
That's it. And down on
Dave estimates a bear would put 1/3 of its weight behind a blow, so the team calibrates the arm to 200 pounds.
Yep, okay.
26, 31, 35, 60,
Keep going.
177.
Keep going.
Okay, we're at about 200 pounds now.
So what exactly are you going to do here, Dave?
I'm about to show you what kind of serious power in these bears' strength. These bears are built for upper body strength. That's how they find their food. They're always digging away down there. So they got to have a ton of power to lift rocks, pull up roots. And they also, of course, can use them as a weapon.
Well, they're going to have to.
You're darn right there. You want to get into position there?
Yep, I'll leave you to it.
And Adam,
See if you like this.
this is what happens when a bear beats up a car.
I want to know what it's going to do to an alligator.
Okay, here we go. Mike, you ready?
Good to go.
3, 2, 1, hit it! Oh, yeah. I mean, check this out right here. I mean, that is a lot of power.
This is probably going to go through alligator skin.
Absolutely. I have a feeling that it might even break a little alligator bone with a swat like that. Oh, you know, there's another thing that I have seen.
Yeah, we're all ears, Dave.
Is bears on the windscreen. Bop!
A side window is no challenge for the bear, but what about a toughened windshield?
Dang! 3, 2, 1, smash it! Oh, smash it for real!
Oh, what have you done this time?
The bear did just fine, but the paw machine popped a vein.
Fireworks! Ooh, Alligator skin. Ooh, alligator skin, boys.
It's me stuck the alligator,
That's
mate.
nice.
It's right there.
Oh, yeah.
You did a motion capture on this, did an analysis to see how much momentum it had. Boy, let me tell you, we're in the right range. This is a good-looking pos wipe. I think it's pretty realistic.
With 200 pounds of force, the biomechanical bear accurately replicated the damage a real bear can inflict. The laminated windshield was a tougher nut to crack, but even that won't stop a determined bear. Data from the paw strike test is relayed to our computer animators. They'll use the information to design the attack modes of the virtual bear. Soon, it will be ready to challenge the virtual alligator in the final face-off. In any contest, each contender prefers to fight on his own turf. The alligator lives in water, but spends a lot of time on land. Its preferred mode of attack: sneak up close, then pounce. The black bear lives on land, but loves water. Bears have been spotted miles out to sea, so he won't mind taking the fight into the water. But he can't stay submerged for long. If the alligator manages to hold him under, he'll drown.
Please don't forget the fact that the alligator is right on the ground, right in front of him. That's exactly where the bear wants him to be. The bear wants him in his powerhouse. All his power, everything he's built to do should happen down on the ground and in front of him. You are the perfect target for a lunch for a black bear.
Bring it on, because that's exactly where the alligator wants. It wants your bear right in front of its head, and it's going to bite it. Then it's going to kill it.
You said it right. Let's bring it on.
Bring it on.
The testing is over. Every strength, weakness, and strategy revealed. Our contenders are ready to battle for King of the Swamp. Two virtual warriors brace for a fight to the finish. The alligator's powerful bite and lethal death roll are its greatest weapons. The black bear relies on jaw and paw power. The alligator is armor-plated. The bear's main protection is his endurance. Now the contenders will go head-to-head in an all-American face-off. In our scenario, the arena is the Everglades, a steamy swamp that's home to both the black bear and alligator.
Okay, Adam, the tests are done, and it's very clear the bear's going to win this one.
Oh, give me a break, Dave. It's obvious that the alligator is going to beat the bear.
No, I'm pressing the button.
No, I'm pressing the button.
Well, paper, scissors, rock for it.
Okay, count of three.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
After a busy morning raiding alligator nests, a black bear quenches his thirst. His every move is watched by an 1,100-pound alligator. The fight is on. How did the black bear win our face-off? The stealthy alligator has the element of surprise. With powerful jaws, it seizes the bear and rolls. But all it's grabbed is a mouthful of fur, fat, and muscle. Hurt but not fatally wounded, the bear fights back. The reptile counters with a tail swipe, but the smarter bear anticipates the attack. Running out of steam, the alligator tries to retreat. This marks the turning point. When the bear lunges, the alligator tries to roll free and exposes its soft underbelly. Later, Gator.
Did you see that fight? That was a beauty.
Oh, I'm crying crocodile tears here, mate. That was not fair.
Painful. That was such a good fight.
接下来，加气混凝土被用来减缓飞机的行进速度，它是否也能帮助预防车祸发生？4位异想发明家为您提供科学解答。搞怪实验室接着播出。